Hey everyone. So what's the difference between a media kit or a press kit or publicity kit and a media page? That's an interesting question to ponder, but it's actually quite clear cut once you understand what they actually are. So in our previous part one of this series about how to deal with, how to manage a media appearance, we mentioned a media page, and I promised that I would do a video explaining what I meant by a media page. This is not a media kit, press kit, or publicity kit. Those are terms for a package that you would have available for members of the media, which is available online. You no longer have to have these things printed and send out printed material to various members of the media. Now you send them to a page where all of those materials are available for them. Your most recent press release, some articles, some links, your bio pics, all of those, book cover pics, all that kind of thing is available on that page, and they're able to download it from there. That also is fading out of existence. For the most part, you don't really need a media kit anymore. It's great to have for those who do want it. You don't want anybody to work for anything, but it isn't always necessary to have, as long as you have those materials available to send to them upon request. So you can go either way. I would be prepared for both myself, because you never want anyone to work for anything. You can give them the option. I can do this or I can do that. What do you prefer? And so that's the best way to deal with that. Back to a media page, which is something completely different. What I'm talking about here is a page on your blog or your website, which is designed specifically to list your media appearances, the linkable ones. You won't be writing about a magazine that you appeared in if it's not something that people can view online. That is just unnecessary clutter on the page. So just have links, linkable resources for them to click on where they can see how you've, the various places that you've appeared in the media. So this would be like your podcast interviews, articles that you've written, press release publications, any of these kinds of things. And you can have those linkable, the most recent at the top. Now, I maintain my media page. I tend to keep my media page down to the most recent 70 to 100 linkable media appearances. The reason why, it just gets so darn long. By the end of the year, I've got 150, 250, media appearance links there. And it's just too much for someone to scroll through. They're never going to get to the lower ones, or they're very unlikely to get to the lower ones. And so you really only need the most recent, 50 to 70 media appearances. Sometimes I let my page go as long as 100, but I try to cut it off at that. Now, there's a lot of reasons for having the media page on your blog or your website. And we're going to talk about various ways of using it. So number one, members of the media who don't have any knowledge of me, it's a cold call. I haven't reached out to them before. They don't know anything about me. I'm knocking on that cold door trying to create a warm relationship to start happening. So one of the ways I can do that is I can make sure that that link is available for that member of the media to go and check out. So members of the media, they tend to do a lot of research on their guests and that are going to be on their show. And a media page is going to help them check out how I appear in the media, how I look, how I speak, topics I've covered, the types of media coverage I have had, how I might fit in with their program. It might give them a better idea as to what to expect in me if they had me on their show. It also gives them more confidence in me because they see this long list of media appearances and they think, she's been in the media quite a lot. That's fantastic. Let's give her a shot. So it shows that we're experienced, that we're established, that we make things easy for them, that they're not going to have to work hard to work with us. Okay, so the second side of that is the people that have featured us on their show, or they're blog or their magazine, and they're featured on our media page because it's a linkable resource I can send someone to. What they like is that I'm working hard now to continue to promote that media appearances months and months and years, sometimes later. I'm still promoting that very same media appearance. And so they're going to be very happy that I'm continually driving traffic their way. I'm also making sure that I'm checking those comments on those interviews. Every once in a while, I'll scroll through my own media page and I'll look at some of the, the previously published stuff that's on there, and I'll see if anybody's made comments recently or anything like that that I should be responding to. I don't want to miss out on, not communicating with someone that's taken the time to reach out. So I make sure that I use it as a resource in that way as well. So of course, the member of the media is really going to like that this activity is happening. They're going to want to work with me again in the future. So I've solidified that relationship, and I've potentially opened doors to future appearances on their radio show or blog or whatever. So I also use the media page as one of the tools I use to network with people in the writing industry, everyone from publishers to publicity agents, and also fellow writers, coaches, writers, coaches, all kinds of individuals that work within the writing industry. I can network with in a variety of ways because of the genres that I specialize in and the services and books I write in, services I offer, and things like that. When I say I always mean Dave and I, by the way. Dave is a partner in this business. And so what I do when I'm reaching out to others within the industry, the writing industry, I'm sharing my media page with them. And so when they're encouraged to visit that page, they now have access to interviews and articles that are going to contain more information that's going to help them in their career. But the advice I share, the tips, the resources I share, but they're also going to have get to know me better, and they're going to gain more confidence in growing, maintaining, nurturing a networking relationship with me. They also gain access to potential promotional opportunities for themselves or for their clients, because those very same media outlets that have featured me might very well be receptive to receiving a query from them regarding having them as a guest on their program as well. They might say, hey, I saw your interview with Lillian on March 19th, and that's going to open the door for them. Their query letter is going to get more attention because, hey, you're a friend of Lillian's, or you're connected to Lillian in some way, and you've mentioned that you've seen the video. So when the media hears that, they're going to give you your query letter a little bit more attention. So these are some of the ways that we use our media list. Name recognition, status is improved, confidence has built up about working with us, greater name recognition, greater word of mouth is happening. And the more people we're driving back to those members of the media where we've appeared 2, 3, 4 years ago, they're going to be continually reminded of us as well. So the next time I reach out to, follow up with them or reconnect with them, they're going to be much more receptive to hearing from me. They won't be forgetting my name. And that's really important too. So that's some of the ways that we use our media page on our blog. I put it on the blog because our website has so much information and so many other pages as well that it's been kind of large. And so I wanted to spread out the information a little bit. And so my blog offers me the opportunity to have multiple pages, which you can access via the tabs underneath the header image. And you click on the page that says media appearances or media, something like that. And then you click on that and it'll take you to the list. And it just makes it that much more accessible. It also gives me the opportunity to send them to my blog where they might go over to the homepage, scroll through the calendar of previously published posts and that kind of thing. So it opens up a wider audience because my blog does offer a lot of things, a lot of links, a lot of resources, a lot of things for them to follow up on and go from there. It's like this spider web of connectivity between the blog and the media page. And so that way it spreads out the interconnectivity that could potentially happen with anyone that's being driven in that direction. Okay, so that was hopefully a short video on using a media kit and the a media page and the importance of having a media page on your blog or your website.